You mentioned that certain people were not a fan of Jameson backstage. One of those names, he passed away recently, and I'm talking about Pat Patterson. How was your relationship with Pat being the main guy holding the book in WWE?
Oh my God. First of all, you're very good at this. That's
Thank
pretty
you.
amazing what you're doing. I didn't understand much of it because I didn't hear no curse words. But no, but yeah, Pat, there's levels of my relationship with Pat that, you know, I don't want to look, I felt a lot more comfortable talking about this while he was alive, but Pat, when all the talent would show up to the venue, Pat would be the guy that went around to each person, each talent, to say what they were doing. And he would get to me and he'd be like, Jameson, go talk to Vince. You know, very dismissive. Like, I don't know what you do. Like, it was just, there was no secret that he was not a fan. And, you know, I think for a couple of reasons where Pat's concerned. And it's painful for me to talk about it because, you know, Pat in these documentaries that have been, you know, Pat was gay, and I got a lot of gay friends. I'm not gay, and I'm not. There's times I wish I was, but I'm not. But I think part of that was because of my character. First of all, as an old school wrestler, Pat Patterson, I know he didn't love the character, but also thought that maybe I was, I don't know, I still wasn't. I was so naive to it. I'm totally heterosexual and I never, but I think some of the guys that were his favorites, think he was a bit, I don't want to say he was resentful, might be a strong word, but he was not, I think he thought I was kind of cutting into his territory with some people. And I didn't know at the time, and, you know, Pat was gay or anything like that. And there was some talent, on the roster that from one reason or another, I got close with on a friendship, totally friendship level. That I think Pat questioned my sexuality and thought maybe I was young, you know, me being young and him not being young, and me being in really good shape, and not really understanding that I wasn't that way, that I was cutting into his territory. And it took a production assistant that I had a good friendship with to pull me aside and say, hey, yeah, you know, I know you hang around a lot with him, but, you know, Pat's not good with it. And I was so naive. I had no idea. When I was on the road, I was looking for pot smokers who want to go smoke a joint. And one of these, there were two people basically I knew on that, you know, the two people that I really palled around with on the road, where I didn't have to feel like I had to, I mean, these guys are all, you know, young studs that just, when the show was over, they wanted to go out and party. And I wasn't that way. I was most of their ages. I was 30-ish, which, like most of the wrestlers, I just wanted to make the best of my time on the road. And it just so happened, two people that I sought out, or they sought out me to go around the building to smoke a joint. One of them, it was a male and a female, and the male just happened to be, you know, one of Pat's prized possessions, and just felt very threatened by me, and it made it even worse for me to try to deal with him.
That's a lot to process. Let me translate this into Spanish.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of information. Good information.
Yeah,
actually.
I so hate to piss anybody off about, like me. You know, I try to paint an accurate picture, because that's what fans want. They want to know what was, and I try not to throw anybody under the bus. But that was, you know, it was just really hard for me, knowing that he was probably, at least in my impression, was he was the guy that Vince leaned on most for talent coordination in terms of matchmaking and storylines, and, you know, all the writers. And again, these were not writers writing dialogue. These were writers creating storylines for Pat. It became like a no-win situation for me with Pat.
Yeah, man. Let me translate this to Spanish. La relación con Pat Patterson no fue buena. Punto. O sea, su relación con Pat Patterson no fue buena. Traduzco porque esta parte es la que me toca. John era una persona que le gustaba darse, fumarse su cigarrillo de marihuana, la parte del hotel tranquilo, con compañeros de la industria, y había un varón y una muchacha que siempre fumaban marihuana con él. Todos sabemos que Pat Patterson era gay, y había uno de los compañeros de John, quien fumaba marihuana con él, era uno de los tesoros más preciados de Pat Patterson. Él pensaba, según lo que John me dice, que Pat Patterson pensaba que John era gay, y John no es gay, John es heterosexual. Él es straight, pero nuevamente lo veía de esta manera, como que lo veía más joven, lo veía como una amenaza, y las cosas pues realmente, vamos a decirlo de esta manera, Pat Patterson se sentía intimidado o amenazado por John y lo veía como una competencia, porque pensaba que él venía a quitarle, vamos a decirlo así, su puesto, tal vez backstage, dentro de la industria, tal vez nuevamente, o sea, por su orientación sexual. Pat pensaba que él era gay, y pues la relación simplemente no fue buena.